Even if the universe had a cause for its existence, why appeal to God instead of an entity with which we're already familiar? New atheist Daniel Dennett writes, "What does need its origin explained is the concrete universe itself. And as Hume's Philo long ago asked, why not stop at the material world? It, we have seen, does perform a version of the ultimate bootstrapping trick. It creates itself ex nihilo." According to Dennett, there is no contradiction in thinking that the universe brought itself into existence. But fellow atheist Quentin Smith says this kind of argument is incoherent. No individual can bring about its own existence, because no individual can bring about anything unless it already exists. Other critics say the explanation of God creating the universe differs little from saying nothing created the universe. After all, the first cause is not made of matter or constrained by time, because it made the space that contains matter as well as time itself. One could also say that nothing is also not made of matter or constrained by time either, and so it could be the first cause. Dennett seems to concede that even if the universe did not create itself ex nihilo, it must have been created by something that is indistinguishable from nothing at all. Here's what's wrong with Dennett's argument. Even though nothing and the first cause of the universe share some common traits, like being invisible and not being bound by time, that doesn't mean they are the same kind of thing. This kind of objection is as strange as someone going to the police and saying, "Help! A naked, bald man attacked me and stole my wallet." To which the police sneer and say, "So you were robbed by someone with no hair and no clothes? You know, nothing also has no hair and no clothes. Are you sure that it wasn't just nothing that robbed you?" The first cause of the universe must exist or be real because it has abilities and can cause other things to come into existence. It is definitely not nothing, because the term nothing is just another way of saying not anything. Saying nothing caused the universe to exist is the same as saying the universe was not caused by anything to exist, which is contradictory. A more interesting objection comes from atheist George Smith, who argues that even if the conclusion follows that God caused the universe to exist, that's no guarantee that God is still watching over the universe. Smith writes, "Even if valid, the first cause argument is capable only of demonstrating the existence of a mysterious first cause in the distant past. It does not establish the present existence of the first cause. But if the cause of the universe is uncaused and created time and space, then it could not be affected by those things, and would thus be timeless and immaterial. But when things in our universe go out of existence, they do so over time through a period of decomposition. Since God is not in time, there is no way he could go through the temporal process of going out of existence. Furthermore, this uncaused cause would have to be extremely powerful, if not omnipotent. Philosopher Douglas Gruthis uses the example of a weightlifter who, since he can lift 300 pounds, can also lift 100 pounds. Likewise, if the first cause has the power to create something from nothing, then every other task would be child's play in comparison. Since this first cause would have total control over all reality, then nothing could ever cause it to go out of existence. Finally, we can infer the cause is personal, because there are two different kinds of explanations in the world: scientific and personal. A scientific explanation relies on theories that explain interactions between matter and energy. A personal explanation relies on the actions of an agent that cannot be reduced to materialistic explanations. Some effects only have a scientific explanation, such as the effect of a tree branch falling to earth during a windstorm. Other effects have both a scientific and a personal explanation. For example, consider the question, why is the water in that tea kettle boiling? We might offer a scientific explanation involving the laws of physics that explains how heat affects water molecules. We could also offer a personal explanation, like, I wanted to make some tea in order to relax. Other effects only have a personal explanation, such as a human being's sinning against God. Our sins are not the result of blind material forces, but the result of our personal decision to disobey God. Another effect that would only have a personal explanation is the effect of the universe coming into existence. That's because prior to the creation of the world, the time, space, matter, and energy that constitute scientific explanations would not have existed, which only leaves a timeless, immaterial, all-powerful, personal explanation that cannot go out of existence. Most people see no difficulty in referring to this kind of cause as God.
If you enjoyed learning how to explain and defend our Catholic faith, make sure you check out the School of Apologetics. In our self-paced courses, Jimmy Akin teaches the fundamentals of apologetic dialogue. Trent Horn shows how to defend life beginning at conception. On top of that, other trusted experts give courses on church history, creation, purgatory, the saints, and more. Sign up today because a faith you can defend is a faith you can own and embrace. SchoolofApologetics.com.